Hi. The topic of this article is How to Write a Dissertation Introduction. Published on the www.writemeessaytoday.us website, the best-in-class essay writing service for college and university students. So, let's move on to maintenance. What you need to know about a dissertation introduction. Like any other paper, a dissertation should have the opening part that introduces the piece to a reader. An introduction helps an audience dive into your topic and explore it while reading your dissertation. This section also explains the subject, your project purpose, and the background of your research. You have to describe a problem you're going to resolve with your work. An introduction should also contain a brief explanation of the current scientific situation and some of the sources you'll refer to in your dissertation. Basically, an introduction should convince a reader of the importance of your research. You'll have to describe the gap in a field under research and explain how your investigation can help solve a problem. You can use different techniques to awaken the reader's interest in your dissertation, such as intriguing facts, statistics, and examples of a problem solution. Does introduction differ from abstract? Writing a dissertation introduction is tricky because many students don't see a difference between an introduction and an abstract. However, a dissertation includes both sections, so you can't just write the same things twice. The first aspect you have to keep in mind is the size of these parts. Although there are no strict requirements connected with a number of words, usually, an introduction contains 500 words or more, while 300 words are enough for an abstract. As we've mentioned earlier, an introduction is a summary of your dissertation. This section requires you to describe a problem and explain how your solution can be beneficial for society or scientists. An introduction uncovers different insights into your research, allowing a reader to figure out whether this paper is worth reading. Besides, this section is focused on grabbing the attention of your audience, so it should include some of your research stats or findings. Moreover, an introduction is written to explain why you decided to investigate a particular subject. On the contrary, an abstract briefly describes what stands behind your dissertation. In a few sentences, you'll have to explain your goals, research methods, results, and conclusions on your investigation. The main purpose of an abstract is to show essential aspects of your research without the necessity to include a large number of details. What kind of information should be included in a dissertation introduction? Since your dissertation introduction should clarify the main idea of your research and its importance, you'll have to spend some time picking information to include in the opening part. To highlight the significance of your investigation, you'll have to explain your objectives and the background of your paper. Include the following elements in this section and check a dissertation introduction example online to write a winning opening section. Specify the topic of your dissertation and describe it in the introduction. You'll need to explain why you decided to research this subject and how your findings can influence a current scientific situation. Describe essential aspects of your study and support your statements with relevant stats or findings. A dissertation introduction should include the basic characteristics of your investigation. You can write how much time it took you to research a subject, describe specific aspects connected with a topic, and explain your motivation. You should also clarify how a reader can benefit from your study. Refer to scientific publications and statistics to prove the relevance of your investigation. For example, you can offer your opinion on solving the existing problem, but you should convince a reader of the practical side of your advice. So, you'll need to cite scientific articles and describe examples of a problem you're trying to solve. Name the main goals of your research. When describing your objectives, you need to explain the methods and steps of your investigation. You'll need to use such words as study, research, identify, investigate, etc. Write a dissertation introduction outline and describe the structure of your dissertation to specify in which part specifically you provide different research details. A short overview will help you guide a reader through your dissertation. You have to briefly describe every chapter and explain how it has helped you reach your goals. This essay post was provided by the expert writer of Write My Essay Today. They can write an original sample for you too. Simply submit your Write My Essay request, and you'll be in contact shortly. Tips on writing a dissertation introduction. Since writing a dissertation is a time-taking and exhaustive process, you may find it hard to write this piece and connect its parts. Many students don't even know how to start a dissertation because endless research has turned their project into a real mess. But our tips will help you avoid these problems with an opening part. Stick to a problem under research. You have to clarify the main focus of your dissertation so that a reader could understand the idea of your paper. Your introduction should be based on dry facts, statistical data, and scientific articles. It's unnecessary to write lengthy explanations of a problem. You only have to describe this problem briefly, clarify your goal, and mention what steps you've taken to research a subject. Inform your audience about significant research findings. If your research findings have the potential to solve some serious problem or fill the gap in the scientific world, you should mention it in a dissertation introduction. In this way, you'll attract a reader and prove your research is worth their attention. You'll also need to add some of the data you found during your investigation to show your statement has a strong background. Don't overload an introduction with details, even though you have to include many details, such as your goals, research methods, citations, and a problem description. It's necessary to be concise. Pick only the most important details that really can attract the reader's attention. For example, if you use different sources and refer to a few scientific articles, you can name only publications of the most credible scientists or those containing crucial data. Revise and rewrite a dissertation introduction. Revising will help you find weaknesses, excessive details, and sentences that don't have any value. You can delete unnecessary information or even rewrite a dissertation introduction to improve quality. An excellent opening chapter should invite a reader to your study and show that your dissertation is worth their time. Is asking for professional writing help the best choice? A dissertation is the final point of your academic career, so you'll have to make an effort to write an excellent piece. However, if you don't even have a clue where to start, you can hire a professional writer to cope with this challenging mission. No one will judge you as many students choose to pay for their papers, especially for such important ones. You can rely on experienced writers whenever you need professional introduction dissertation writing assistance and other services. Besides, a reliable writing service preserves customers' confidentiality, so if you hire a professional writer, your secret will be kept. The best thing about collaboration with a specialized writer is an opportunity to track the writing process and discuss ideas with them. You can ask an author to add some specific details and use particular sources. Besides, a writer will follow all of your instructions concerning a writing style, dissertation size, format, etc. You can provide any requirement if you think it's important for your paper. You'll receive a well-tailored, error-free dissertation based on important research findings, and it will exceed all your expectations. Once you decide to buy a dissertation, your order will be assigned to a writer who perfectly knows your discipline and topic. They'll deliver your papers within a set time frame, even if you have a complicated topic. Just imagine how much time and energy you'll save by picking a writing service and getting your dissertation ready in a jiffy. You can focus on your work, social life, family, or hobbies while a writer is working on your dissertation. And when they deliver your paper, you'll realize that you even have time for revision. So, it doesn't make sense to spend weeks researching and writing if a professional writer can get the work done for you. End of article. You always can get essay writing help with essayusa.com.